Allie LaForce, she is a force too at CBS Sports, is at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York, home of the East Regional. Allie, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for the play on the last name.
No, Allie, listen, I'm going to try not to gush. I've read so much about you. I know that you're a badass, so I'm delighted that you are here. So what do you expect to be the most exciting matchup of the Sweet 16? What are you thinking?
Oh, there's so many good matchups. All eyes will be on the West Virginia-Kentucky game, no doubt about that. Who can bring down Kentucky is the big question. And after seeing them play in person for a couple of games, I'm really excited to see the physicality of this matchup. I think that's the one way you can really disrupt this Kentucky team, is they're used to dominating so much that if a team challenges them physically, they get really frustrated. I saw them become affected by it on the bench, complaining about the referee calls, sort of bickering among each other. You know, I don't want to say this team is soft by any means. They have some of the biggest playmakers in the game. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger than everybody. But I'm looking forward to the West Virginia matchup with Kentucky to see if they can match that physicality and disrupt them in that way. Because when it comes to basketball, they are the better team all the way around.
Hey, Allie, there are 3 Hall of Fame coaches in the Sweet 16, including Coach K. This is the 22nd time that he's led Duke to the Sweet 16. So what do they need to do to come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, Coach K is incredible. His place in history is certainly solidified. He's had an incredible year from a personal standpoint, getting the 1,000 wins. Duke is an interesting team. They started out the season really strong, and they had this stretch where they sort of were trying to figure out their identity. They couldn't hit a shot. They weren't playing good on the defensive end of the ball, but things have really come together for them. You know, Okafor is a force to be reckoned with. He's somebody that's going to create matchup problems for any team that faces them. So as long as they go through the big man, they should be okay.
Allie, I know you're covering the Michigan State versus Oklahoma game tomorrow, and of course the Spartans are favored to win there. What do you see in that matchup?
You know, Michigan State is so impressive. They seem to surprise us every year. Coach Izzo is just a master when it comes to the postseason. I expect this to be a very well-coached game, a physical basketball game. I'm excited to see what he's able to do with his team come tournament time, because he seems to really turn things around for them postseason.
So let's talk about Notre Dame. You know, the team advanced last week. Coach Mike Bray had lost his mom that same day, went on and led his team to victory, and tonight they're playing Wichita State. You know, I heard that family members encouraged him to play on Saturday. They're playing again tonight. What are you hearing about how the team is feeling?
I haven't heard much about what the team is feeling, but I know that the tournament is already an emotional time, and we've seen so many times over the year that, you know, you can kind of throw all the X's and O's out the window, because when it comes to March Madness and the NCAA tournament, stories like that seem to inspire teams. They seem to push them further, and emotion certainly is an element come this time of year, so I hope that they can rally and use that to their advantage.
Hey, Allie, after you got that little shout out from Tony Parker at UCLA, what do you think? They're the only double-digit team left in brackets. What do you think their chances are?
Yeah, UCLA is an interesting team. You know, I feel a lot of pressure for the bracelet that I'm going to wear this weekend. I have to top the bracelet from last weekend. Everyone's going to be watching. But they go through Bryce Alford, you know, Steve's son. He is an incredible player, and I think what he does really well is he's able to adjust to the defense quickly. The game that he had the controversial last-second goaltending shot, the next game he decided, you know what, all the pressure is going to be on me. I need to go through the post. That started with Tony Parker. So I think if they start by playing inside-out basketball, that's when their offense is best. But he's certainly an incredible playmaker. So defensively, you got to lock down on him.
Allie LaForce, it was great to meet you. It's clear you always have a good time when you do what you do. Thanks a lot. CBS Sports coverage of the Sweet 16 begins tonight at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right here on CBS.
We'll be watching.